In this video, we are going to learn how to style our text layers. And the simplest way is going to be just changing the colors. So we can start off by doing that for the layers that already have backgrounds. We can start with this one. This one just requires a white color. Double click on it and you can change the color from here. Click and just move this to white. By just having it as a white layer, you have already won that battle. It is evident that this can be seen. Let me double click on it and just adjust its size a little bit. Grab your move tool and then just make this bold. So by just turning it white and making it bold, we have won that battle. Very simple. Fit to your window. Let us style some more text. I want to style this one. And I also want to style these ones. Do you see these ones that are in these boxes that we created here? They can just become the same color. So using Shift and Alt on your keyboard, just click on them, move over to your Properties tab, click here, and then you can just move around to see how you can change their colors. I just want to demonstrate to you that you can change all of those colors together. Go to Hue, and then just select a color here. Ooh, what if I select that one? Too blended with the background, yes? And the general theme. What about that one? It can actually work. What about this one? I think this one is my favorite. What about this one? Not bad also. But I think I will settle for this one. Let me settle for this one. Now, sometimes when you're trying to highlight something of a bright background, having a dark color will always work well for you. So let me just select that color and press OK here. Let me also style this to be bold. Click on that theme layer, move here, make it bold. So we have that. And then another set of text that I would like to also make white is this one. I can make both of these white. Using multiple select, Shift and Alt on your keyboard, click, come here and then make that white. Just turn that into white. Let us zoom in so that we can do some placement and alignment. Let me make this center. And then for the April font, click on it, then grab your handles. I think we have enough space here to make it big enough. Let me just make it big enough. And then Control and 0 to fit it to the window. On to our next set of fonts that we can make white. We can click on this one and just make it white. Let's just make that one white. Now consideration here is that we have another bright color here that you can also use. So let's see how that one would work for us. So like on this color, click on it to change it and then click here. You notice it is more blended. It is more blended with that color instead of using a white. So even though white will always work, you can just choose one of these colors here. So that is an option you can consider while you are changing these colors here. For this one, I do not want to do too much with it because that background can be very distracting if we use a color that is not white. I want it to stand out from that white. The only thing I can do for this one while styling it is making it bold. Let me just make it bold. I can also change the typography. Let me look for a different font, a totally different font. I think this one can work. It is very close to the ones that we have here. And then let me just center it here. So the last thing I can do here is the spacing. Double click here. Let me just add a space before receive. And let me add another space before transform. Just that. And then center the text. Grab your move tool and just center it. Let's just center it. And then use Control and 0 to just fit this to the window. Our poster is starting to look very nice. On to our second last text before we come to our title. We're going to change these ones for the hosts. Click on the host and the host here. Use Shift and Alt for multiple select. Move over to your Properties tab. Click on it and then let's just select a color. I think we can go with this color. This one is good. And then press OK. For their names, let us select them. Multiple select, Shift and Alt. Shift and Alt, click on both of them, and then just make these ones black. Black will work well for those names. So let us finish this off by orienting this one so that they do not take up a lot of space. I want to click here on John and then just add a space. Let me also add another space after the name John. Drop that one there. Before John, let me just delete that space. I do not want it to have that space. Then Control A to select both of them, and then we can choose how these are going to look as a paragraph. I want them to be centered. The centering will look better because we want it to go down just like that. So I want them to be in that orientation. So this is our first host. Let us also go to our second one, double click on the name, double click between Rev and Eva, put a space or enter, and then click on the space between Eva and Akinyi, put another space, and then Control A and create this centered form paragraph. So let me place this here. And there we have it. Select either. I'm going to start with this one for Akinyi. Multiple select, click on the host and the name, just drag it here. I want the O on the host to align with that top tab. Do you see that top shape where we have the theme? That is where I want it to align. Let me also grab this one, Alt and Shift, click on these ones, and then just drag. Make sure you are looking at your snaps. This snapping helps a lot. Look at that. So it is snapping to the center of the screen and also to that shape tab at the top. And that is very good. We have a color structure that is working very well for those two. Let us now go to our headline. On our headline, we're going to look for a gradient in Pinterest and then bring it here. So let us start with that. Let us go over to Pinterest and then look for, we can actually say orange, mustard, and maroon gradient, because those are the colors that are in our color scheme. And here they are. Let us just find one. I don't know what might come of it when we are designing. So save image. And then this one is also going to be our headline gradient. Let's grab this. I'm grabbing them from my downloads folder. It depends where you're putting yours. Let me grab them and drop them within Photoshop. Press enter once you drop it. Now what do I want to do? Let me just reduce this one. I want to group my title, and I want to group them by making a smart object from them. A smart object is a group that is actually editable. So grab all of them using Shift and Alt, and here they are. And then I want you to right click on them and then convert to a smart object. And here they are. If you actually double click on this, you will find yourself on another tab that has all of those layers as editable layers. So let us first concentrate on this. What do we want to do? I want to have this one. Let me just drop this. Let me just drop this to my heading. Here's my heading. And I want the gradient to be on top of my text. And then I'm going to do the same thing here on my canvas. Not only on my layers tab, on my canvas. Put the image on top of your text and then hold Alt and go to the space between the gradient and the headline. If you hold Alt, you're going to see that small function appearing. Just left click. Just left click. And what we have here is simply masking that image on top of our text. It is a mask. Sometimes it is called a matte. You will hear people saying matte or mate, M-A-T-T-E. So this is what I was trying to go for when I was getting that image. Let me undo, Control Z. Look at the image. You can actually spread it across the size of what you want to mask or mate on top of, and then just hold Alt and click. And we have styled our text without having to go to our gradients. Also, look at what it has added here. Oh, that is awesome. That actually looks nice. I wouldn't know how to create this if I was trying to use my normal gradients. It would be very confusing. But we have images that already have those aesthetics within them, and we're just overlaying them on top of our text. Now, luckily, you can still move this. I am on my gradient. I can just move this around. If you don't like where it is positioned, you can actually just move it around. But I think I like the way this is positioned here, that there are those streaks of light across the word days. I think I like that one way better. Now remember, you can also change blend modes. Ooh, you can change your blend modes. Look at that one. Our streaks of light now look like black cracks, yes? So you can still use your blend modes if you want to just get different effects on that title. So that is how I would go about styling my text within that design. I will see you in the next module.